Uh, hold on. Let me think. So, high school's hard for a lot of people. It's not always like this kind of thing where people act like it's high school, and it's like all the 70s movies, how it's cracked up to be, and everything's the high school prom, and everything's all the big stuff, and the football players run the school. But what we're going to show today in this short film is everything you might not see. So we'll talk about things like racism or people's sexuality or certain things that people have to go through high school. All right. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Billy Ryan.
What grade are you in and age and stuff?
I'm a junior at Reading Memorial High School.
So, what troubles have you had to go through being gay?
Well, considering that young in the age, well, when you're young, you don't really know yourself, especially sexually. So the big problems when you figure yourself out early is that there isn't a large dating pool, and so a lot of loneliness because so many people aren't out as gay yet. And also, what was the other thing? Also, when you come out at such a young age and you kind of set the standard for like your gay school stereotypes, like other people, because I kind of feel sometimes that other people are scared to come out because they're afraid to be like be referenced to me or whatever. Yeah.
What was school like after you came out?
School was hard at first. I made out with a lot of girls at football games to prove otherwise. And it's just a little bit of bullying, but it's more behind your back. And it's just kind of whatever. You just have to find your own friends.
What were some positive reactions you've gotten during coming up here?
Probably my sister, who said that my entire family will always love you. And going to Pride with my cousin for the first time, that was fun.
In general, do you feel people treat you generally differently that you're gay?
Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. Maybe it just depends on my mood, but it's kind of harder to be like bro-ish with guys.
This is the last one. Would you be able to give an example of like an exclusion or general rudeness you've had to face from being gay?
Sports. I wish it's mostly my fault for not trying out for sports in like middle school, but definitely like I kind of wanted to try out for some sports freshman year, and I just kind of wasn't included in that.
All right. Yeah. Both wrong. All right. Introduce yourself, please.
My name's Joshua Williamson from Reading Memorial High School.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
All right. So, first question. Is there any kind of awkwardness between you and students that aren't black?
Not at all. I'm really a friendly person. Everybody loves me. I love everybody. Unless you mess with me the wrong way, then we got major beef. But other than that, I'm cool peoples.
Have you ever had to face racism in school?
Yeah. My first year playing lacrosse, we played against St. John's Prep, and it wasn't said to me, but it was said to one of my friends, and he was like, "Damn, that nigga's good." And then like I was told about it, and I was like, "All right, bet." And then after the game, I went up to him and was like, "What'd you say?" And he said nothing, but he was scared. But I'm pretty sure he got suspended from school or something like that. Yeah.
Would you be able to give an example of some like kind of exclusion or general rudeness you've had to face other than that?
Other than that, I'd probably have to say when the teacher's like just reading some type of book, like Huckleberry Finn sophomore year, the word nigga was said in the book, and then everybody just turns and looks. Yeah.
Have people ever been unintentionally racist towards you?
Intentionally? I mean, like, people will make jokes and be like, why are black people so tall? And it's like, because, like, they're Negroes. But, like, not towards me, towards my friend, Javon.
Right.
But, yeah. But, I mean, people make jokes. I don't really take offense to it. Because they know I'll really beat their yeah. That's what happened.
What's it like going to a predominantly white school?
I mean, it's none really. I've been here for 12 years. I've been liking it ever since. So I mean, everybody already know not to mess with me, so it's whatever. I feel like I'm a suburban now.
Hmm.
Suburban baby.
So do you feel, this is like the last question, do you feel you need to act differently between people from school versus people from home?
Nah. I mean, like when I go back home and I'm like at the park with my boys, they're just like, yo, you're mad white. And I'm just like, nah, this is how I act, I guess. I just been around here for mad long. So, I mean, go to Subway and get us a burger. Something suburban. Yeah.
That's good to hear. All right, would you like to, I assume you wouldn't like to introduce yourself, but.
No.
So you're here to talk about addiction. What is the addiction that you have?
Nicotine.
And by the way, while we're going through this, if you ever feel uncomfortable with the question, just say skip. It's perfectly fine.
All right.
So, when did you start having an addiction?
I think like halfway through last year. So like the summer into senior year.
How did it start first?
My friend offered me some. I was like, fuck it, I'll have some.
Do you think peer pressure had a role in sparking your addiction?
Yeah, I did, for sure.
Have you ever tried to seek help?
I have, yeah.
Can you give us an example?
There's this website, but it's like, it like texts you like reminders of like random facts after nicotine addiction stops. But I feel like it's mostly for like cigarettes, so that I don't have that problem.
What are the effects of addiction on you?
Really, like nothing health-wise. It's just all of the money you have in your pocket.
And this is the last question. So, have you ever tried to stop, and what were the results?
I have tried to stop, and then I have like a thing where I need to get oral fixation, so like that was a big part of my addiction also. So like I couldn't. I lasted like a week, but then I couldn't stop.
All right. Would you like to say anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Tajon.
So, Tejan, first question, is there any kind of awkwardness between you and students that aren't black?
Nah. I feel like I'm cool with everyone. Everything's all good.
Have you ever had to face racism at school, be it high school or somewhere?
Yeah, yes. When I was either, I think it was second or third grade, I was playing with my friends, we were throwing a juice box at each other. I threw my juice box at my other friend. My friend ducked and got all over the wall, had to get sent to the office, you know, usual stuff. And I had to wait for my mom, all this stuff. And what else happened? Basically, my mom came and he was talking, they were talking, yada, yada, yada. And he basically told me that if I was any older, I would have got sent to juvenile for throwing a juice box at a wall because it was vandalism of the school, I guess. And that's basically my story.
Have people ever been unintentionally racist towards you?
Nah, not at all.
What is it like going to a predominantly white school?
I mean, I've been here since I was like 7, so it was kind of weird at first, but after a while I got used to it and the environment because it's just mad different. Yeah.
Do you ever feel you need to act differently between people here and people at home?
Nah, there's no need to.
That's good to hear.
Remain the same.
What college do you think you're going to be checking out?
What college do I think I'm going to be checking out? I think my top college as of right now is the University of Vermont, because I think that just seems like a good learning community and just a nice location to learn, as opposed to somewhere like Reading, where you're kind of just forced into school. I mean, not Reading particularly, public schools, where you're just forced into school. I can just, as soon as you step onto the campus of college, you can feel the freedom that they have, and the fact that they want to be there helps people thrive.
What do you think you're going to make?
Creative writing, I believe. Yeah.
So, have you ever had to deal with like excessive amounts of bullying for your years?
I wouldn't say excessive amounts, but like, I don't know. So I think I personally have been bullied, but I just respond to it differently. That makes it seem to me and to other people like it's not bullying. Like I'll just like embrace it and just kind of turn it on the other person, which I think I've gotten good at. Props to me. And so like I think I have the right techniques to avoid bullying, but I think bullying does run rampant in a school like this.
What are some things you could say to someone who's being bullied? What would you be like your response to them?
To someone who's being bullied, I'd probably just, you don't want to say ignore it, but like if you can actually genuinely not care about it and like actually be like that doesn't have an effect on the way I think about everything, then that's gonna help.
That's a good way to view it. So I'd assume you wouldn't believe that like administration shouldn't be involved in it and that you should solve your own issues.
Well, administration has to do shit. Sorry. Administration has to do things to help bullying, but like, I just feel like posters aren't gonna help and like things like that. It's more like, same with assemblies and like just talking to kids. Because kids that are bullies don't respond well to words, they respond well to punishment. So it's more just looking out for it and punishing it.
I agree with you. Yeah, I understand. Have you ever seen, do you have any examples of like times you've seen bullying in school? It can be you or it can be like a friend or anything. It's all for you.
I mean, I think what's even more unfortunate than the bullying is the environment that breeds those bullies, is that some people are just hold themselves to this insanely not high standard, but they just actually view themselves as better. And so they'll look, right, like in the social class of high school, they'll see themselves higher up. And so this causes them to just look down on people. And you can always tell by like their tone of voice or just the way they look at people. Or walk around the school with that little side step and a little heavy arm, like one arm is heavier. I don't know why, but those are the people that bully people.
Yeah,
And I don't want to objectify, but from my experience, those are the people.
You ever struggle with any mental illness, depression, and anxiety, something like that?
I've struggled with depression and anxiety, yeah.
Would you care to tell us any bit about that, or?
Yeah, so the depression is boring. I hate it. It's just like, tiring. Anxiety is more like exhausting, even though those are kind of synonyms, but like anxiety is something that's always like personally nagging me. And so like, I don't have to think about depression. Depression is just something that sets in and over time it'll take you over. But like anxiety is like something that makes me think about things in a different way. So it's a lot more annoying to me.
Has your depression and or anxiety been brought on or intensified by school or extracurriculars or jobs and stuff like that?
School and college applications
More
were
into
stressful.
Depression or anxiety?
Anxiety, just like the deadlines and shit. Like even all throughout high school, just like deadlines are like the one thing that stresses me out.
Can you think of any times classmates or teachers have helped to alleviate or get through your depression or anxiety?
Well, I mean, like, not really outside of guidance. Like, guidance counselor, like, that's their job, I guess. But, I mean, friends that I would call friends before classmates, you know?
Sure.
Like, but it's not really, even though I feel like a lot of the mental illness was caused by school, I feel like school's taken none of it away.
Sure. So have you ever, within those classes that are causing you more anxious and making you more anxious, have you ever worked with the teachers to try and alleviate with that or communicate on any facets?
Not really. I'm sure I could. I'm sure
Sure.
most people could, but I just haven't really
Okay.
used that.
I am pretty good in questions.
I got one. So earlier you said about the atmosphere that puts like people who are bullies into that kind of atmosphere. So that kind of way of thinking. I was thinking, do you think like anxiety to be one of those people has ever affected you? Like those, when I say
Like to change?
yeah, to change who you are.
No. I feel like that affects a lot of people, and like I was saying, like just not, when I was saying like you just genuinely don't care. If you don't care about what people are saying to you, then it's actually not going to matter to you. Like, if you don't look up to these people that see themselves as above you, then there's going to be no stress to want to be like them, because if I'm arguing equality, then I don't look up to them or down on them, really.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell the kids at home?
Oh, hey Mom. Thanks for watching this.
She's not gonna
My mom doesn't even know I have studies.
Okay, bye, Jackie.
Bye. Sorry, Miss Gleason.
Anything else for the camera?
Go get my movie, Central Intelligence, me and The Rock. You know, we making it big out here.